Have you ever had a situation where it's a long day of communicating and you were just completely exhausted? Or maybe halfway through the event that you're at, you're just feeling completely exhausted, like you can't make it through the rest of the event? Let's talk about that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Marvin here from backsideoffear.com. Let's now take a look at episode 3 of the Gift Doctor series, where Maximus is now home from school. It's a long day where he was communicating with others at school, and he was just completely exhausted. Just want to go to his room and didn't really want to talk to anybody in that moment. And have you ever had senior situations like that yourself, where it's just a long day, you're just getting home and you're like, man, I don't want to talk to anybody right at this moment. I'm completely exhausted. I know I've felt like that many times. I still feel like that to some extent, but at this point, I found several things that have helped me to significantly increase my stamina throughout the day, so I can get the most enjoyment and get the most value out of all the events that I've experienced. We can go ahead and talk a little bit about those particular things that we can do to improve ourselves and to better enjoy social situations. We'll go ahead and take a look at 3 things that we can do to improve our stamina in social situations. And before we go into that, we got to take a look at having the self-awareness and identifying like who we are, like what energizes us. Is are we some people can be charged up in social situations, while others they feel like they're more so drained in social situations. You just gotta kind of identify which category you fall into in between those 2 categories. For me, I more so fall into the category of feeling drained in social situations. I more so thrive when it's just me and myself. You know, that's like where I'm more so energized. And now we can go ahead and look into like what we can do in like when we find ourselves in a social situation and how we can feel the most charged possible. Number 1 is to really hone in on what your intention is for going to the situation. Because like for Maximus, that's one thing he could have done going to his first day of school, is to have a clear intention on like what he's going to be doing at school. Like what are the possible interactions that could take place at school? You know, such as, I'm going to introduce myself. How am I going to go about introducing myself? Because once you go into identifying what your clear intention is, it really helps you to visualize how that can take place. You can look at all the different things, all the different possibilities, and then when they're happening to you, it's not as much of a shock. Like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. You know, how am I going to do this? You know, it's more so like, oh yeah, I kind of expected that was going to happen. So then you're more prepared to take action on it. And that's one thing that's helped me significantly, is to set clear intentions going into a situation, so that way I'm clear on what I'm looking to accomplish. In addition, I often feel much more empowered when I have a clear intention, because I like to have intentions that are associated with making the event more successful, because that makes me feel like I'm taking a major part in helping the event move forward. And whether you're the one who's organizing and leading the event, or just a participant, you can help the event in many different ways. If you're just a participant, then you can help the event by your interactions, by your engagement. When somebody does something great, you can acknowledge that was great. Just helping to boost the environment, boost up the energy levels in the events. You can help contribute to that factor and help the event be the greatest event possible. And just thinking about things like that, thinking about things that you can do to add value to the situation, really helps to empower you to be in the best mindset possible and have the best thoughts possible on how you can be the most effective in this situation. The second thing that can help is to eat a good meal, and to eat a meal that will energize you and that will help last you throughout the event. Doing things that you feel that are healthy and that help keep your mind focused. You can also take omega-3s, which I also take, that helps your brain health. And just making sure that you're getting the vitamins and the nutrients necessary so that you can be in the best mental state possible going into a situation. The third thing we can look at, which is actually a combination of things, it really comes down to being focused on your breathing, being mindful of how you're breathing, as well as being mindful of the type of thoughts that are coming into your mind, because negative thoughts can be incredibly draining. They're incredibly draining to have like negative thoughts going into your mind, as well as if your breathing is highly irregular as well, that can be incredibly draining. By being mindful of your breathing and being mindful of the thoughts that you're having and not necessarily full on connecting yourself to your thoughts, it's better to just kind of look at your thoughts almost like it's a movie. Like, yeah, those thoughts are going on. Yeah, those are the things that I'm thinking about right now, but not necessarily like full on identifying yourself with those particular thoughts. That really helps to just to kind of allow those thoughts just to kind of pass, almost like thought bubbles in a way. And then that way you can kind of slowly redirect it to a more positive thought that you would want to have that helps you accomplish your mission. In addition, by focusing in on your breathing, it really helps to calm you. It helps to center you into the present moment and helps you to be present. The more present that you are in the moments, the better you'll be able to perform, the more confident that you'll be, and the more fun that you'll have in social situations. Some things that can help with focusing on your breathing is meditation. Something that I would highly recommend looking into is mindfulness. There's a lot of guided meditations that you can find on YouTube and online. And by doing stuff like that, it can really help to hone in on focus on your breathing so you can be more grounded, more rooted, and more focused in the moment. Those are 3 key things that you can focus on that will help you to have more stamina in social situations, which is to set a clear intention, consume appropriate nutrients to help your mind and boost your focus, as well as be mindful of your thoughts and your breathing. Hope that's helpful. If you want to see episode 3 of the Gift Doctor series, you can see it by clicking the link right up there. Like and share the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share your thoughts in the comments below on how you dealt with social situations in the past. Remember, it's amazing what you can achieve on the other side of your fears.